Greetings and welcome to Meet Me at the Painting Table. Here we are. It's time to paint some more miniatures. I'm super pumped. It's been a week. Time to get some painting done. It's good to see we got people already here with us today. Peter Swenderson painting chess pieces today. Yes, we're painting chess pieces. No, not painting chess pieces. Good to have you. Thank you for joining. Oh, it's awesome to see you. Canje Studios is here. Nice to see you, Canje. Awesome to have you. Also, we have some new things today. New toys. Lots of new toys. I'm super pumped to show you what I got. So, first off, everybody knows that I have been using some paintbrushes called Winston Newton Series 7 paintbrushes. These are like my go-to paintbrushes. I don't do anything else. But I just got my Kickstarter in for, they're called Wolf Bristle Brushes. We're going to try these out. And we're going to go from a top-down view just to show you kind of what we got here. So here's the deal. I backed this on Kickstarter. I am not getting any type of, they don't even know I have their paintbrushes. Let's see what we got. So here's all of them right here. I'm going to move this cup little thing here and probably spill it on my pants. All right, it's right here. Look at all these brushes. This is out of control. This is all from a Kickstarter. Now, I'm not going to use all these brushes probably ever in my life. But it's cool to have these all. Like one of them right here, for example, is a number 7 brush. I'm probably never going to use this brush ever again. Most likely is my guess. This thing is absolutely huge. It is a huge paintbrush. Who knows? Maybe I'll use it on something that needs to cover a lot of stuff. But I'm excited to try these out. I haven't actually had a chance to try them, as you can tell, because they all still have their tip protectors on them. But I'm probably going to use a lot of the 1 and the 0s, and probably mostly what I'm going to be using. Maybe bump up to a 2 here and there. Apparently these are made with like wolf hair. This is from Australia or something. I don't know. We'll see what this is all about. I've never tried the brushes, so I'll give them a shot to see what we think. Also, I was able to get a new camera, and I have a new camera all set up for a painting camera. Now, normally, when I use this camera, it's going to be this camera, actually, the one right in front of me, most likely, is what I'm going to normally use it for. We're going to try it for a painting camera this time, just to see what it can do, what it can't do. I basically am testing it zoomed in completely and see what I actually think. Normally, I use my iPhone for that situation, but we're going to see what happens if we use this new camera. So without further ado, the new camera is right here. We'll see how this goes. And what we're going to paint today is this labyrinthosaurus. That is our plan. I know we've worked on him before in the past, but sadly, I wasn't too thrilled with what actually transpired with him. And like I said, I've never used this one before, so we're going to see how this goes. This could be an absolute disaster. I know it's got really good tracking. I think, well, not tracking, but zooming in and zooming out kind of thing. So here's our little miniature right here. We're going to work on this guy yet again and see how it goes, and hopefully we can make it better. I wasn't satisfied with how this guy was turning out, so I wanted to try to jump back at him and see what we could do about him. That's our plan. So let's see what we can do with the labyrinthosaurus, and with some new paintbrushes and a new camera. Well, we got lots of new stuff going on. This will be super cool. I also, I did everything I could to try to make this thing come to life, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way that the tentacle stuff coming out of it looked. I didn't like the way that was. So I think that's our biggest thing we're going to walk away from in this thing. I already noticed right now, looking at this camera, it's a lot, I think it is a lot darker than some that I'm hoping it would be. But like I said, never use it. Like, this one's a lot brighter, and it like makes my head shine. Mostly probably because of the light up above it. But anyway, that's beyond the point. Let's get to paint some of this miniature up, see what we can do. I'm going to try by starting with some of the, I'm not going to start with the metal. I think that was the other thing I didn't like about it, was I started with the metal and I was like, oh, there's just so much metal. I think it's better if I see some cool things on it and then dunk it in metal afterwards. That's going to be our plan. So let's see what we can do with this thing. All right, going on the painting table. And the first thing I want to do is I want to bring it back up because I want to grab a paint. I want to grab green. I want to grab a good green. That's our plan. Yeah, Kanji's painting with us for an hour. That's awesome, Canje. I should have you join me. You could have joined me. We could have had a painting extravaganza. I am going to paint. I want to paint some green up on top, but I don't want it to be a super like dark green. So I'm going to use the what do you call it? The militant green. We're going to try that, and then I might dry brush it with a little bit of green on top, like brighter green, just to see. I think that's my plan. Now, of course, with these contrast paints, look at it, it's got this like whole ring on the bottom of it. And we have to get all of that off. That's the plan. We need to get it all inside here. Now, sadly, that's like this paint's bane of my existence is trying to get this off of here. It's out of control. And not to mention, I got new paints. We're gonna try new paintbrushes. We're gonna try new paintbrushes. We're gonna use the 0, I think, or the 1. We're gonna go with the 1. We got so many. I don't even know what to choose from here. Here's the 1 right here. Gotta keep shaking this stuff. We're gonna get up there. And these are called wet. I don't know. I think I have no idea what this is, but we're gonna give it a shot. Like I said, I just got a Kickstarter in of them, and so we're gonna give it a shot. I think I got 1 set, and since it was a Kickstarter, of course, it like unlocked a billion things or something. So I got all these other things. Painting is a hobby I need to do more. I have so many Marvel United characters I don't need to paint, but I want to paint. That's always the problem, isn't it? And that's one of the best things about painting is you can always just kind of sit down and do it, and whenever you want to. And like a famous YouTuber, Loquitur Gaming, has said, there's always a pile of opportunity in front of you to paint at any time, which is kind of cool. I have to admit that this live stream actually helps me get to painting at least once a week. With all the chit-chatting that I do and hanging out with everybody, I don't get as much painting as I probably should get done, but it's still some, and that's all that matters. Yes, painting is a great hobby, and I've just always loved painting. Ever since I was in Warhammer. Warhammer is my big thing. We're going to go down to the painting table. We're going to open up our paints. We're going to just paint the top here. I want to paint the top of this green. We're going to get some of this on our brush and see how it all goes here. I'm just going to paint the top of it right over here green and see how it goes. With this new camera, we'll see how this goes. This could be an epic disaster, but we'll try it out here. There we go. We're getting some green on there. Seeing what we can do. Now, I am using this camera straight out of the box. I have not adjusted anything, any like light things or anything like that. That's the deal. Some painting is better than no painting. That's true. That's true. And if you and the thing about painting is once you kind of get everything for it, it's not as much as it's not as an expensive hobby as some other ones out there. Of course, there's always this initial startup for it. So like you have to get brushes, you have to get like some paints, you got to get all that stuff. Once you get all that, the rest of it is pretty easy to get into. I've kind of noticed, or keep on going with it, I should say. Every once in a while, you want to buy a new paint or you got something new to try, so you want to try to get something. But most of the time, all you have to do is just keep on going and keep on going. That's the deal. We're going to get this green painted inside this thing. That's our plan here. It's just this top part, and I think it's going to look okay. And the problem is that I got to get these tentacle dealies on this thing. That's the deal. Now, I believe, if I'm right, Canje is painting some lobotomy figures, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. Maybe he finished his lobotomy characters. But he told me he's doing his favorite thing right now, which is called assembly line painting, where you paint the same kind of miniatures over and over again, but you go from color to color. So instead of like painting just the one miniature like I'm going to do tonight, you'd paint like 5 of the same miniature, but you'd start with one color of it, and then you would go to another color, and then you go to another color. But you paint all that color on all 5 of the miniatures, and you go to the next color, and so on and so forth. That's one way to do it. All right. Now, I want to make this... Okay. My goal for the tentacles, if you look at them, is going to be, I want these tentacles to kind of all be white, but I want them to be able to be like having a purple in them. So what if I dry brushed a purple on top of white after I paint it on there? That'll be our big guess right here. Not to mention, another part about this model that's kind of interesting is figuring out where it starts and where it stops with the metal. That's another part of the deal. That's pretty tricky. The other thing is I wasn't too fond of in the metal. I think we need to do a, what do you call it? I need to do a deeper wash on it. I think that was the other problem I had with it. So I know we're coming back to the same miniature, and I apologize for that, but I just was not satisfied with this. And if I did it, what do you call it? I showcased the insert from Fancy But Functional just recently on my channel. Actually, I think it was yesterday. And after I did that, I realized, you know what? I really got to get back to this game, and I got to get to, the thing that's holding me back was this miniature. So I want to get this miniature done so we can get back to this game. I think it'll be fun. I know Colin really wants to play this game, but I might just play some anyway. Then he can, this game's so big, redoing the first few story moments in it isn't going to be the end of the world. So we got to find our white. We got to find it. I think it's right here. It's an apothecary white. And as you can tell, this also has a lot of that different separation in it. It has a big amount of separation in it. So you got to shake this up really good. There's another one you really got to shake up. And you can hear that clanking around sound. That normally doesn't come with it. I have these ball bearings, these that I got from Army Painter, that they put in all of their paints. So I've been using those inside here. They're over here, but I tipped over about 4 things trying to get them, and so I don't know how good of a job I'm going to do getting them. Let's see. Oh, here they are. They're here. I got these ball bearings. I guess they're about $8 in US. That's how much they are. And I got them at a local hobby store, my gaming store. They had a set of those. All right, almost got it. But I've noticed with the balls in there, it does actually get the bottoms of them shaken up a little bit faster. So that's, you know, it's almost all completely all together, which is good. So we're going to paint this on here. Now, when you're painting this white on this gray, it really doesn't notice too much of a difference. I wonder if the speed paint white would be better. I don't really know. That's my deal. What's your local gaming store? That's a great question. I go to a store called the Battleground Cafe is the name of it. It's a local store in my area, just right down the road. So I like to buy stuff from them when I can. That's my plan. I get a lot of the paints and paint stuff from them. That's the deal. We also, my son has his Dungeons and Dragons group there, so I have a tendency to just kind of sit and order a coffee, and then I'll also kind of work on like a D&D adventure I'm getting ready for my group. Here's the deal. My sub pump's in full effect right now. It's amazing. We are having a huge amount of melting right now. All of our snow is disappearing in Minnesota, which is a good thing. We need to get it to go away because it's been here for too long. Too long. Oh, nice. I mainly go to All Systems Go, but I have meant to check out Battleground Cafe. I strongly recommend it. It's a really cool place. Like I said, I'm usually there if my son's D&D group is meeting, it's usually on Saturdays. I usually bring my computer and sit next to him because he's in 7th grade. So he really doesn't need me there, but I think it's kind of nice for the owners just to make sure, like, oh, hey, we got a bunch of 6th and 7th graders and 8th graders running in here. Might want to have at least somebody having a little bit of handle on them. But they've already told me right now that their group is a very nice group and they are never too worried about them while they're painting or playing. So that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Just gonna keep painting this white on. And like I said, it really doesn't show too much of a difference on the gray. But that's okay. It's supposed to be healthcare white. It's supposed to paint. It's supposed to, in theory, be kind of a white on these, but maybe not. Maybe I might do a heavy dry brush of actual white on this. Now I think about it, maybe that would have been better. Oh well. Oh well. I do have some white dry brush I can use later. We'll try that. But for now, we're just going to keep on painting these tentacles up. Get them all painted and good to go. All Systems Go. I haven't been to that store. I should probably get there sometime. That's a good one. That's out in where is it? It's in Minneapolis somewhere, kind of over in that area. I think if I remember right, they buy used board games too. If I remember that right. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. I've been there, I think, now I mentioned, a long time ago. A long time ago. It's been a long time since I've been there though. We're gonna paint this little tentacle white here. The Northeast. I have sold a lot of board games there through them. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that they've bought and sold board games. I haven't ever sold a board game there, but I remember they did that. I think they give you like a decent value for it. If I remember right, they give you good store credit for it. You can use for something else, which works. Especially if I paint a lot, you can just buy more paints, right? More paints. Can't go wrong with paints. All right. Now the interesting thing is, this also is got that scaly look to it, but I'm going to try something there. We're going to try something. It's going to be, well, can't get any worse than my last idea when I tried this again. That sucker was terrible. Let's get something else there. And bought even more. Of course. Solid store credit for sure. Decent cash. Yes. That's what I remember them. That's that store. That's a good one. Let's see. We need. What do I need? I need a purple wash. I'm going to try something. I'm going to thin down my purple paint. And I'm going to use Magus Purple. Magus Purple is a lighter purple than the voluptuous purple I have. Or is that voluptuous pink? I think it's voluptuous pink. Yeah. What is it? Siashi or so, it's probably supposed to be Slanesh. Purple. That's a darker purple. I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use this one. That's my plan. Let's see how it goes here. All right, we'll get this going here. I got to put these in my magic paint holder here, otherwise I spill them, as you can tell by the red. I got this from a friend named Ryan, who runs a channel called Meeple Marathon. He and his son and grandpa actually built this, and he sent it to me. Very nice of him. So we're going to paint this with, so what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to paint this really light purple on here. And then after we get it painted on there, what I'm going to do is then we're going to dry brush the whole thing in white before we even go to the metal. That's going to be our plan. That's going to be the big plan here. We're going to paint this all like this. And I think we're even going to paint down in here. Now there is some, you can kind of see this right here. This is one of those pieces of metal I don't want to paint. I want to keep that out from that. And I think about it, I think I'm going to paint the tentacles that too. I think I'm going to paint all this stuff that I just painted that white. I'm going to go back and do it with this purple. I'm going to put purple everywhere that isn't a metal on this. I think that'll be kind of cool. I always have a hard time with this thing. Is this like its mouth? I mean, it kind of is its mouth, but it's not its mouth. It's kind of distorted. I don't know what that is. It's just Aeon Trespass is what it is. That's the deal. We're going to paint this all blue, though. That's the deal. See how this goes here. I've been avoiding your ISS Vanguard game. Just started it for myself. Yes, start that game. That game is super, super fun. Oh, my gosh. That one's super fun. I did a couple playthroughs, I think, of demonstrating kind of the game. And then Colin and I took off on it. We took off on our ship, and we flew. We took and flew it for a joyride. Now, sadly, we kind of put on the back burner for a bit because a lot of other things came out. We have been playing a lot of, what do you call it? Oh, Sworn. We're really, really digging that one. So we're working on their way through that one right now. It's been really fun. Yeah, that's the deal. But your Lands of Galzir play got me to pick it up. I really loved it. Oh my gosh, yes, that game's amazing. Oh my god, I think if I did a video with the One Stop Co-op Shop crew, and that was my sleeper hit of the year. I did not see that one coming. I was excited to get it, and then when I got it, I was like, wow, this is way better than I thought it was going to be. Brad, awesome to have you. Thank you for joining. What are we painting today? Well, today we've got some new things and some old things. It's kind of new and old. Today is the new and old day. So first off, we got new brushes. Really excited to try these out. I just got a Kickstarter of a thing called the Wolf Bristle Brushes is the deal here. Wolf Bristle Brushes. This is what I got. They're from Chronicle Cards, I guess, brought to you courtesy of Chronicle RPG and Chronicle Cards. Size 000 to 7. This pack is perfect for any kind of gray miniature prey. Exactly. So I saw them on a Kickstarter, and I thought I'm going to give them a shot. So we're trying them out. I just got the Kickstarter in today. And like I said, I'm not being sponsored by them at all. They don't even know I'm using the brushes, and I just got them. Been playing with them. I just got my Kickstarter, and so I'm excited to try them. That's the deal. Ulswar is on my playlist along with too many others like Madara, Skyrim, Homunculus, Assassin's Creed, and Bard Song at least. Yes, all of those are good. All of those are good. I have not played Hoplomachus. Canje Studios though has. If you know who he is, he's in the chat right now. You should go check out his channel. He did a lot of that. I think did you just do one recently, Canje? I think he did one just recently. That's one he's been doing quite a bit. So you can go check out his channel and check out his play. It's pretty sweet. All right, now look at. Oh, I'm also trying out a new camera for my painting camera, which I am noticing it's a little dark compared to my other camera I use, which is actually my iPhone. So. But this camera actually is going to be set up as, when I do actually use it, my goal is to use it as the overhead camera. It's going to replace this camera I use up here when I do my live plays. That's our plan. We're going to see how that goes. I've got high expectations for it. If it lets me down, I'll be pretty sad. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Virago? I don't even know what that is. That's hilarious. That Act 3, I see. Is that like a campaign-y type game too? I don't think it is. I think it's just a one and done, isn't it? Kind of thingy, or is it a campaign-y game? I don't remember. I'm sure some people know. I don't know. Fancy paint station, Brad says. Yeah, you like that? This is pretty cool. I actually did a video about this. A company did send me my fancy paint station here. They did send me that. That was something they did send me. I was pretty excited. I saw actually it, and I reached out to them and said, hey, I'll do a video for you about that if you let me have one. And they said, yeah. And I said, cool. And so I built it all. I used to have the, who's the one that does, Broken Token. I picked it up at Gen Con like 4 years ago. I used to have that one, but I changed to this one. And this is what I changed to. Which I do like it. I like it because it holds all different types of paints. You can hold the ones in the back, you can hold the ones in the front. It's pretty sweet. I've even got my Turbo Dark paints over here on the side. I got all my Turbo Dark paints, which if you don't know what Turbo Dark is, Turbo Dark paints are amazing. Basically, if you see the color you see on this bottle right here, that's what it's going to turn into as you paint it. So it's going to turn into this like sparkly color. It's pretty sweet. I use it on spaceships a lot. We actually just used it on this thing a little while ago. We painted the tongue with it. So it's like this green, like this fluorescent type green. I also put it on some of the stuff down here to make it look cool. So it actually sparkles a little bit. Mini campaign, you fight Scion's evil big monsters. Aha! There you go. I probably said that wrong, but that's okay. I'm terrible with names. Okay, I'm digging this so far a little bit better than I did the last time I painted this. So far things are going well. We're going to paint the tongue a different color though. The tongue we are going to paint a red. This is a tongue after all, but the rest of this we're going to paint. I'm going to paint all this purple. That's the deal. I'm just going to go to town on this stuff. And the good news is if I hit parts that I'm not supposed to with this purple, it's okay. You know why? Because the metal is going to go right over that. And I'm going to switch out to a bigger brush here. We're going to go to a 3 and see if that'll help me get through this a little bit faster. So let's take it. I got a bigger brush. Let's try it out. A little water on there. And I like the new fine tips on these things. We'll see how long they hold the tips. That's the big question mark when it comes to new paintbrushes. See how long they hold their tip. Let's see what we got here. We got to get him up in here. Just like that. Around there. That on there. Okay, there we go. Getting some purple on. My goal is to paint all this part purple. And then we're going to dry brush the whole thing white. Because I want the more, and then maybe I might even come in with like a real light red or something, like a red wash too. Like, oh, I know which one I'll use. I've got a I forget the name of it. It's over there. We'll get it. When I bring it out, I'll be excited. Okay. Then we got the head down there. Now I got to get the top of it. Because this is still, okay, I'm going to paint, but this isn't like the spine stuff or the weird like stuff now, except for back here. There we go, get a little bit over here. Yep, okay, we're going to get over here. You can see right down here, I'm going to get some of this. There you go, get some more of my brush. And then that's metal over on that side. We're going to stop right there. I'm going to check to make sure there isn't anything. Oh, there's a little bit more. Right in there. There we go. I'm going to soak up all of the... You don't want it to pool. That's the part sometimes with these contrast paints. They pool. You don't want them to. That's the deal. I recognize that bull. Howdy, folks. Happy painting. Dan, awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. Yes, I was disappointed in how that bull was turning out. So it's been my roadblock to get back to the game. So I decided we're going to go back. We're going to hit this bull. We're going to grab by the horns and get it done. That's my plan. So we're trying a new approach. And we got new brushes today. I've got these new wolf brushes today. I got these just recently. My Kickstarter delivered. Apparently each one of them is named something. This one's named O'Donnell, I guess. This one was named Wepawet. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a name. I don't know. So we're using new brushes. New brushes. That's the deal. Have to stop early. I feel a migraine coming on and need to medicate before it goes to full blown. Good luck and enjoy everyone. Oh, Canje, go get better. Get better, man. Oh, no. Migraines are no fun. I don't really know anything about migraines. I've never had one. And I don't want one. So I'll let you keep the migraines. But go medicate yourself so you don't have to worry about it. That's the plan. That's the plan. Go get yourself taken care of. I also went to the Mario movie today, which was pretty cool. My son and I. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. It's a fun movie to watch. I'm going to go even a bigger brush this time, so I can just glop it all on. I'm going to try the 7. This is my biggest one. We're going to try the 7 out and see what happens here. We're going to get this thing full of paint. Because we're going to paint the back of this thing, and the whole thing is all this stuff. Look at all these things coming out of here. Or should I keep those white? And then, I think I like this better. I'm going to paint this part purple. That's what I'm going to do. This part right here, I'm going to paint purple. What I'm going to do. I like this better. I like this idea better. Here's the deal. Oh, nice. I want to check out that movie. I have low expectations of blowing me away and high expectations of fun. That's the attitude to have when you go into this one. That's the attitude to have. I had low expectations, really enjoyed it. It was fun. My son and I had a good time. We went and watched it. He and his friend went and watched it with me. I should say I went with them. Maybe a little bit of both. Get all this paint on here. There we go. Even into here a little bit. All the way up to there. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. I think it's going okay. Here we go. I'm going to go to the D&D movie with my D&D group tomorrow night. Oh, that's awesome. That's going to be awesome. I did not get to go to that one yet. What are you painting, good sir? Good question. Good question. Trent, thank you for joining. We are painting up the labyrinthosaurus from Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Oops, probably should put it like this way in case people don't want to see some of the card, but they could have freeze framed it there with me going like this. I guess I saw a picture of it. That's what we're painting. We tried to paint it a while ago, and I just wasn't satisfied with it. So we're going back to it. We're going back to it. That's the deal. Sweet. Yes, sweet. My D&D group actually just met on Saturday instead of going to the D&D movie. I'm actually the only one in my family who has not seen the D&D movie yet. That's my favorite part of the whole thing, which is fantastic. That freeze frame will be my desktop background. Oh, that would be awesome. Oh my gosh, that's killer. That's killer. That's amazing. I'm gonna be a desktop background. I didn't ever think you know, when I started doing this, I never thought that would be something I would be looking forward to, being a desktop background. Let's see, we're gonna get more of this paint on here. How deep does that go? Down there. Got it. All the way around. I'm gonna get just like in here. And you know, if it kind of hits if it hits the tentacles, not the end of the world. Not too worried about it hitting the tentacles. Now, the funny thing is, this has autofocus, and I don't know how to take the autofocus off, or I'd turn it off because it's kind of annoying me. I got a new camera. New camera for the paint camera tonight only, because I wanted to actually really crunch its ability to do stuff. I wanted to see how good it was really close up. This is as close up as it can possibly get. I don't plan to use it like that when I do my use it. I plan to use it as the overhead camera for our live gaming sessions. So that's so sitting where it is not where it's normally going to be. That's the plan. I think we're doing pretty good. And I got a lot of purple on this thing. I like the purple. I don't know why I like purple. Probably because I'm a Minnesotan, and Minnesotans like purple. Why do you ask? Because we like our Minnesota Vikings, and they're purple. We're just going all the way down these tentacles, get them all perfect here, and then we're going to paint them a white. And then I might put some red Reichland Flesh. That's the name of the wash I want. On the tentacles in the back. But on the front here, I think I'm just going to dry brush them white and see what happens. We're about to see what happens, actually. So I'm going to get my dry brush out here and go to town. Dry brushing, for people that don't know, is a little technique that involves not using any water. Or paint or anything like that. All right, let's hear it. Because we get purple with rage at the officials. This is true. Roar, why'd you make that call? Why'd you make that call? Let's see. Is that it? I don't like that one. Let's use this one. Here's my dry brush. It's kind of out of control. It's seen a lot. It's seen a lot. It's seen better days too. Let's see here. We're gonna hit it with white. So I just got some whitey white, matte white right here. And we're gonna put some matte white on here. Oh, that's something. Do I even have any white? I think I remember it. Oh, no, I don't have to use white. What am I doing? I don't have to use real white. I've got fake white. That's the deal. I've got this stuff. This is my dry brush Terminus Stone white because they live on ice cubes. Yes, that's it. Lance! Oh, thank you for joining, Lance. It's awesome to see you. Yes, it was freezing today. Super good. So half the ground in the bottom is actually starting to unthaw, while the ground on top all of a sudden froze again, which is absolutely amazing. Hello. Hope everyone is doing well. Broccoli Docklins, everything is well with me. Everything is well with you, and everything is well with everybody in the chat as well. We are painting a labyrinthosaurus today. We're going to town. I was not happy with it last time, so I reprimed it, which is something you can always do. If you're painting something, you finally get to the point where you're like, nope, not digging it, then you can always go back and redo it, and that's the deal. So I got this dry brush paint. It's an actual dry brush paint. If you look in there, it's just paint in here, and it's like almost like paste that gets on your brush. Then you wipe it off on your towel-y here until you get just as much as you want. Mostly you get most of it off of there, so you barely have any on there, and then you can just kind of dry brush this onto here, and it should only hit like the recesses, which is going to be exactly what I want. And that way you still get the purple coming through, but a lot of the white can come to the top. That's the deal. We're just going to get that all in there. There you go. Underneath a little bit, not much, because you're not going to see that very much. But now you can see how it's actually kind of looks more like that white is coming through on the tentacles as opposed to just the tentacles themselves. I am not happy with that part. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of this purple. Right here is a little bit too dark, so I'm just going to run a line of it through here. Touch it up a little bit. That looks good. I like it. Okay, we like it. That's good. That's good. Like paste, you say? Like your retro snack from our youth. Exactly. Before they took it out of the school so I couldn't eat it anymore. Oh, they took my paste. No, actually, I was never one of those kids that eat paste. I never did. Never did eat paste. That was something I never really did. Let's see. I've got another dry brush over here. It's a gray one. Green one, I mean. Niblet green is what they call it. Niblet green. I'm going to use that one on top of this stuff here. So I'm just going to I'm actually going to try to get a lot of this white off of this. And I'm not even going to put it in the water, because if I get a little bit of white into this green, it actually might turn out okay. I'm just going to grab some of the green from here. There you go. Got a little bit of green on here. That's the deal. And we are going to go to town on this top part here. It might not actually do anything because it might be too close to the actual color of the green, but we'll see what I can do here. Just over the top a little bit. Yeah, it looks fine. Just that much. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm digging the dry brush of that white. Now I got to get the green out of there because I got to do the back part, which is white. Now I did get the brush all wet, so now I got to really dry that brush off. I got to twist it in here and do what I can to get all that water and all that green off of there. I don't want the green on there. There we go. That should be good. Yeah, it's nice and dry again. If they didn't want us to eat paste, why make it smell like mint candy? I think it was an IQ test. Oh, then I passed the test. Either that or just didn't like mint, one of the two. They had to figure out which one it was. Oh, that's funny. I get some more of this on here, just a little bit. There you go. Enough to make it count. That's the deal. I'll brush it off here, and then we're going to go to do the back part here. Now, the back part might not be fully dry, but it'll be good enough. Just like I said, we just want to hit the tops of things. Just lightly. Just like that. There we go. I like that so much better than what we originally had going for this thing. Super excited for that. That's the deal. Matthew Rose, it's good to see you. It has been a while, Matthew. It's awesome to have you back. We missed you last time on the playthrough, but it's good to have you here. Thank you for joining the chat. Awesome to have you here, as usual, as always. I should say, as both. Let's see here. We need Reichland Flesh now. Matthew's here. We need Reichland Flesh Shade. Here it is. Reichland Flesh Shade. Boom. This is just a wash. I'm going to wash the entire back and front of this model with it. That's the deal. We're going to see what happens. It could be good, could be bad, could be both. We'll find out. It's fine. Be good. That's kind of the fun beauty of painting as well. As you're always experimenting and see what you do. We got our new brushes. This one's called Fenry. This is I do know who that is, Fenry. Got to peace out. I have some cats who firmly believe that they are starving to death. Have fun with the cats. Thank you so much for joining. It's awesome to have you here. I will see you soon. I was at the CMT Awards in Austin, Texas. Really? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. If I like country music, I'd be even more impressed. But that's still awesome. You got to go there. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I hope you had a good time. I can't believe you didn't. It had to be fun. I'll try to catch more live chats. That'd be awesome. Live, not large. Yep. Well, I am living large in the live chats, I guess you could say. Maybe not. Let's get some Reichland Flesh Shade. Glad to be back with my gaming family. That's right. It's good to have you back. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, that's kind of interesting. All right. We're going to get some Reichland Earth Shade on this thing. There we go. And we are going to go to town on this thing. Let's see what happens here. All up on the front. In the back, I should say. Might be a little bit too dark. Okay, not the end of the world. I can fix that. Go. I'm going to probably do a dry brush of purple over the top of this once these are all done. Is that Reichland Flesh Shade? Yes, it is. Okay. Didn't look as red as I was hoping, but that's okay. More brown than red. That's okay. Go. We get new brush. Two bad brushes, too out of control big. Here, this one's fine. This one's fine. Here we go. Cercado, oh my gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you as well. It's super cool to have you back. Oh my gosh, I hope things have been well. Puerto Rico, I hope things are well. Oh my gosh, super good to see you, man. It has been too long. It's been too long. Wow. Awesome to have you here. We are painting up some of this stuff here. Everything's going good here. Glad to hear it. Oh my gosh, that's good. Everything's going good here too. If it was a little bit less cold, but it's supposed to be in the 70s soon. So, let's see. I'm glad that you have been busy. That is good stuff. It's always good to kind of keep busy. That is for sure. At least in theory. I should say. A lot of work. And that happens. A lot of work. Okay. So we're painting the giant labyrinthosaurus from Aeon Trespass Odyssey. And what we're trying to do is I was unsatisfied with it last time. Wanted to say hi. Well, I'm glad you're able to join us. It's been a long time. We're having so many people join us tonight, which is absolutely a blast. They just keep popping on and joining, and I love it. And I'm trying out a new camera. This new camera is not going to be my go-to camera for what I'm doing right now. I was just pushing it to the max tonight to see what it can do. That's the deal. Be right back. Have fun, Baron. I will be having fun. Have fun as well. Hope to see you back here soon. Otherwise, if not, I hope you have a good rest of the night and everything. I'm going to pop up every now and then. Love it. Pop in anytime. You are always welcome. That's for sure. Pop in, pop out. I got a friend of mine who is from Britain. They always call it a popover when you come over to somebody's house without being uninvited. Just like I'm here for a popover. He'd always say, a popover. You mean a pastry or a bread type thing with a lot of egg in it? That's what I know as a popover. So I joke with him. So again, now we're going to go to the front part. We're going to get this with the Reichland Earth Shade as well. I think that'll look really cool. And I'm actually going to get in the mouth. I think that'll be okay in the mouth. Eon's Trespass looks cool. It is. It is a very cool game. Very cool game. This has been my hurdle to get it back to the table, is to get this thing painted. So I figure, why not get it painted? Then my hurdle will be complete, and then I will no longer have a reason to not get it to the table. That's the deal. Bring a pop over if you bother me. I agree. Yeah, it was super funny. He and his wife showed up one day. He's like, "Hey, we're here for a pop over." I'm like, "What?" Then they explained. Well, his wife hit him, and then explained everything. All right, getting this done. We get some in there too. I'm still gonna paint the tongue a little red, but at least we'll get this on here. And like I said, if I hit the metal parts, this is not gonna be that big of a deal, because I'm going to be painting over them. And that's going to be one of the kickers. I think, like I said, that was one of the things that really dissuaded me last time, is I started painting the metal first, and I got just so caught up with how much metal there was that I just didn't enjoy. I wasn't able to start envisioning the rest of what was here on this model. So I think being able to do everything else first is going to make this thing go a lot better. That's my plan. Not to mention, I want to put 2 deep, dark shades of the wash on here, and I think that will help a lot as well. That's my plan. All right, I think that looks good. Oh my gosh, I'm actually way more excited about what I got going on now than I did before. Now, I do want to dry brush a little bit of... I'm going to do I have... What do I got over there? Nothing that's going to help me. I'm going to have to make this. We're going to make something. We're going to make some fun. Make some fun. That's our plan. Make some fun. We're going to use purple. And I'm going to go with pure red. So I don't want it to be pure purple in the back. I want to have it a little bit of a... Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 2 different dry brushes. That's the way to go. Okay, so much better. Barrett, why, you're a genius. I know, thanks. We're going to start with purple. I'm going to dry brush a little bit of purple on the back. I can't do it now. Can't do it now. It's still wet. I'm getting too ahead of myself. I'm too excited. I want to do that part. I want to do that part. We're going to put it aside. Put it aside. Okay. We're going to do the top of the head here. Let's look and see what we got on the top here. We got that's my face. That's not what I want to show. There you go. Okay, so here we've got kind of a bull with that stalk eye here and the top part. So we're going to get the eye here. We're going to paint the eye with the same thing we just did with the other stuff. We're going to get with this Reikland Earth shade here. Or Reikland Flesh shade, sorry. That's the deal. We're going to get this eye with this Reikland Flesh shade here, just to kind of give it a little bit of color before I try to dry brush it with a purple and a red or something. We'll see what we can do here. That's perfect. Just enough. Give it a little bit of color. A little bit of color there. There you go. Interestingly enough, the amount of color I got on that is less than I got on the back here. Now, we're definitely going to dry brush, make that, we're going to work on this, because I don't like the color it is right now. It's very wrong. Yeah. We got to work on that tentacle for sure. Okay. That's going to be our plan. We're going to make that tentacle not look like that. But first, we're going to get the horns. And I'm kind of surprised that all that is metal up on front. It all looks like metal. It all is. Except for the nose. The nose is not. So we're going to paint the nose. Oh, here we go. With this dark Roth Earth shade. That's what we're going to do. Or Earth Flesh tone here. I think that'll be okay. And I might dry brush a little bit on of something else on it a little bit. First, we're going to start with this though. We'll put this right on the nose. Ready? Tip of the nose. Here we go. There you go. It's very similar to the color we kind of just used, but I think it'll be good. Okay, we're okay there. Boom, done. Okay, move on. Paint on, move on, let's go. It's very rare that I ever come back to a model not super satisfied with it, so I paint it again. There you go. Achoo! He says, oh, yes, that'd be about it. I would laugh hysterically a miniature sneeze when I painted it. That'd be awesome. I'd probably be shocked and scared first, but there we go. Let's see. We're going to paint the horns now. That's our next little plan. Get these horns painted. We're going to paint these just with skeletal horde. This always makes a really good color for horns. I'm going to paint that. Now, I was debating about actually painting them the color of the metal, but I'm going to have so much of that metal. I'm trying to get as much of it that's not metal painted here. That's the plan. I'm going to paint all these antlers with the brown, with this like more skeletal horde color. Now, skeletal horde is not only good for horns, it's also really good for the next thing I'm going to paint, and that's paper. It's also really good for paper. There we go. Get that done. There we go. Perfect. A little bit more, maybe. Now we'll go to the paper first. Paper's right here. This paper right here. Now, I did see somebody that painted this that used turquoise right here, which I thought was kind of neat. But I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep it paper. That's my plan. I'm just going to keep it paper. But the turquoise did make it stand out for sure. It's kind of interesting. Now again, it doesn't really matter if I go out of the lines. It's probably even better if I do a little bit, because then when I paint the metal, I can bring it right up there and there won't be like any part that I miss. Like you won't see the gray in it. All right, get that all painted in back here. There we go. More of that paint on here. I really wanted to seep into the cracks in this thing. Really make it kind of stand out. That's the deal. But not so much that it pools at the bottom. There you go. I'm going to move over to this one now, and I'm pretty excited that that's pretty dry. You get this paper here. Continue around. Get it going here. I don't know if anybody knows the good news, but we are Monster Hunter is coming soon. There's another one. Now, I'm a little leery because it's from Steamforged Games, which makes real good games or real bad games. So we'll see how that goes. At least that's been my theory. Matthew, later, man. You're doing an awesome job. Got a split. See everybody later, my friend. Take care, Matthew. It's awesome to see you. Glad you had a good time at the CMT Country Music Awards. I think is what that is. That's fantastic. I hope that's what that was. I could be wrong. Country music awards. CMT Country Music. I think. Yeah. Country Music Talent. Crazy Marshall teams? I don't know. Okay. Cool. I've been sitting in a movie theater for so long. I'm just like, really, I want to do this. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to get some red and some purple on the back of this. That's going to be the plan. So we're going to dry brush with red first and then a light purple. I think would be kind of cool. So I think we're going to, okay, so our goal is to do the red, and then I'm just going to put the purple on the suction cups. We're going to see how that goes. We're going to see how that goes. This could be an absolute disaster. Let's see how this goes. I want it to be a dark red. I changed my mind. We're going to go with this chaotic red because it's more of a dark red. I think I'm going to like that better. We're going to see how this goes. I put a little bit out of my palette over on the side that you can't see. I apologize. I'm going to put some on my magic dry brush here. Then we're going to wipe a lot of it off here. See how dark that is? That's super dark. We're going to go like that and get this off. There we go. How goes it? What are you painting tonight? Good question, Matthew. We are painting the labyrinthosaurus. Oh, yes. Yes, we are. And Barron's is very excited about this paint that he just picked up on his brush here. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. We're going to go on the back here. Oh, yes, I like that. I like it a lot. Just that much is going to be perfect. I'm going to do it up here, too. There we go. Did I hit the horn? I hope I didn't. Good. There you go. I secretly hope I turn in one night to see you painting a mini I did concept art for. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Let's see here. I can start naming games, and maybe you did them. I do not know, Matthew. That'd be pretty sweet, though, if that's one I picked. If I actually picked a game like that, that'd be awesome. You didn't by any chance do any Shadows of Brimstone, or Madara, or Bard Song, or Gloomhaven, or let's see what else I got back here. The new Robinson Crusoe game, the Blacklist Games Fantasy Series miniatures, or the Descent game, or anything like that. Mostly worked on War Machine and Monster Apocalypse. Oh, you're going to be sadly disappointed. I might buy one secretly just to surprise you one day. That might be what I do. I don't have any of that. I don't have any of that. But we're going to go with purple now. Purple. Maybe. If I can get the purple to come out. Need just enough to get on my brush. That's all I need. Sadly, I will say I have had these Army Painter paints since, wow, 2012? 2012 maybe? So I technically should probably get a new set of paints because a lot of these paints don't work for anything anymore. All right, got some on our brush. We're going to wipe it off here. Go. Now I just want to do the tentacles with it. I think the red is going to override almost all the purple I'm putting on here. Not really. I think there's still some purple in there. Yeah. I'm going to put some purple up on top of this thing. Lots of it. There we go. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking my guy now. Like I said, I wasn't too happy with him last time. Now I'm liking him. So, and what I like about him is I got the stuff that isn't metal done. But now what I'm going to do is pretty much take this huge paintbrush. I'm just going to blow through the rest of this model. And it's all going to be bronze. That's the deal. Because it's a very bronze color. We're going to go with bronze. And then I am going to deeply, deeply wash it. I am going to wash it so much that it's going to be the cleanest animal ever. No, I lied. I'm not lying. I'm going to wash a lot, but that's not what I mean by washing. All right, we're going to get this. I'm trying to get all the purple off here now, so that's my plan. I'm getting this till it's dry and get all the purple. Okay, brush done. Okay, now we're going to go back to this thing, make sure we got where we want it. That's the deal. I'm pretty proud of Alexia and Irisia, who are both solo minis, mercenaries for War Machine MK4, just saying. Oh! I have to go look for one of those. Paint. Because I do use, I actually, that's one of the reasons I got this, the miniatures set from Blacklist down there, is because I use them for, like, Dungeons & Dragons. And I'm actually doing, I actually started filming my League of Dungeoneers video, and I was going to, actually, that's one of the things I was thinking about painting tonight, was miniatures for that game, because you can use miniatures, it comes with standees, but the more I thought about it, I'm probably going to use the standees, because I always try to film a game without changing what you would normally get in the box very much. So if people actually got the box, they would know, hey, this is what you're getting. So that's usually what I do when it comes to filming my videos. But I think if I ever played it a lot, I would probably, I would probably sub in miniatures for the game. For those that don't know League of Dungeoneers, it's a sandbox kind of RPG open world with like a campaigny, like mini campaigns kind of built into it that kind of unfold as you go through the story. You've got your characters. It's a very old school type dungeon crawl system. I'm pretty excited to get that one out there. It's taken me forever to get through the rule book and to get it out. And even when I was I made one character last night, and then I was going to make the other 3 on film. And I got one done. And as I was doing that took me like a good 30, 45 minutes. I was like, I had to look up stuff all the time. There is some stuff that's lacking in the rule book, sadly. So I had to post something on Board Game Geek to be like, what does this mean? And I got an answer, so that helped. But I was like really working hard to get that. I really want to get that game to the table. That's my plan. And I also got to get this game to the table. Where I put it? Oh, I think I put it. Oh, it's too far away. Never mind. It's a Star Trek game. Oh my gosh, super good. Alexia would be a great for D&D, badass and full plate. She's got a huge sword too. Yes, that'll be the one I get for sure. Let me write that down so I don't forget. And let's see. Boom. Got it. Thank you. I might pick up that mini. It'd be awesome. Okay, but then it won't be a surprise anymore because now you know I'm probably gonna pick it up. But oh well. Back to this guy. It's all Bronze Hill from here. Bronze Hill. Get it? Bronze Hill, Bronze Hill. All right, weapon bronze. It's the only bronze I got. I kind of wish I had a GW bronze because I really think their metal paints are really good, especially like the golds and bronzes and things of that nature. The silver is usually too good with about any color, any group, but these bronze, for example, I think would be a lot better with a GW type paint. You want the new MK4 Alexia. There are some older versions too. Oh, all right. I'm looking for the one with full plate with a giant sword. That's what I'm looking for. I will find it. It'd be awesome. Not to mention, I would easily want to use it in Dungeons & Dragons for sure. We're going to get some bronze out on our palette. We're going to put a lot of it out there because we got a lot of bronze to paint. That's the deal. I'm going to get my number 1. Is that what this is? No, it's number 3. We're going to get O'Donnell here. And for those of you that are just joining, I got new paintbrushes, courtesy of a Kickstarter I just got in called Wolf Bristle Brushes. Wolf Bristle Brushes was the Kickstarter I backed, I think about, I want to say it was only like 3 months ago. Like they did a really good job of turning it around, which is pretty cool. They had an issue with their shipping for a while, which is sad. Things just kept getting bad. But I got my brushes. I'm happy. Let's put some of this on. Let's go to town. Go to town on bronze everywhere. Just gonna coat it on here. Let's get the big parts now, and I'll do this. I'll do a smaller one for everything else. Go. Now, one thing I don't want to do is I do not want to hit the base because the base has such an awesome, it's awesomely detailed. Now, this is like a bigger brush, so I'm just going to get it into all these little places. I don't want to get too close to the fine details we've been working on already. We're going to get those. Normally, I paint from the outside in, so normally I would paint the bronze before I would paint this because it's sticking out farther. But like I said, I was just getting so caught up in how much bronze there was that I just wasn't enjoying the model. So I thought painting the other stuff first would really help, and it did. I'm already a big fan of how the back of this has turned out. I think it looks really cool with all that purple and red kind of flowing through there. I think it look really nice. I still even want to paint more of a brighter red on top of that, which might come back to. Oops, did I hit the paper? No. Hit the paper with part of my brush that had no paint on it. That's a bonus. Don't want to get too close to that. I'll probably hit it by accident. That'd be bad news. There you go. That's a link to Alexa art if the link made it through. I don't think the link made it through. You can always email me with the link, Matthew. That would work as well. I check my email all the time. And my sub pump's amazing. Let's go to this side and start working. Now, sadly, this is one of those models I wish wasn't on the base. I would love to paint it off the base and then glue it to the base later. That would have been what I would have really liked to do with this. But there is a way to do it. Like if you wanted to, you could probably razor blade these minis off of the base. Like right down here, you could probably cut them off if you wanted to, but I'm not going to try that. And I'm not going to recommend it either. You did not hear me say you should cut off your base, because I don't know if it would work. I'm painting underneath him. It's hard to see on camera. I apologize. Yes, so Monster Hunter is coming soon. I'm excited to give that a shot. Colin backed that game, and I am going to do an unboxing of it and then a playthrough eventually of it. And then we're going to try to maybe do a little bit of that live. We're going to see how that goes. It's going to be similar to Oathsworn, so we're not sure how much that would, like, how similar it is versus not similar, you know what I mean? It's also by, did I say Steamforge Games, I think it's the name of the company. And they've been a little hit and miss for me. I was not a big fan of, what do you call it? The one based on the video game from the PlayStation. Oh my goodness, can't remember the name now. That's awesome. Way to go, Barrett. That's the deal. It's about the, like, it's kind of a, I wouldn't say post-apocalyptic, but it's something similar to that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did. Thank you, Matthew. I will take a look at that as soon as I can. Thank you, Matthew. Yes, Horizon Zero Dawn. That was the one. I was not a fan of that one. I tried to give it a shot. I gave it a few shots, and I was like, just not going for me. I think it was the concept of trying to do stealth and not stealth at the same time, and it just didn't really work out. I love where they were going with it, and I like the plan they had with it. I mean, I think it was a good idea. It just was a hard concept to have on the table that you can get from the video game, if that makes sense. At least that's what I thought. Now, if you notice, I'm not getting right up next to some of this stuff because I'm going to go with a finer brush on that. That's the plan. There we go. Get it right down. Like I said, I'm getting inside here. Kind of hard to see. I apologize. I'm curious about Monster Hunter. I love the Monster Hunter video game. I didn't back it though. Steamforge Games is a bit of hit or miss for me. Yeah, I agree, Matthew. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I didn't back it. Colin did. He's excited for it, and I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to give it a shot. But I would be guardedly optimistic about that one. That was as my wife would say when she talks about our football team every year. She's like, "How are they going to do?" I'm like, "They're going to be awesome." I'm going to be guardedly optimistic about that. I was like, okay. Get the legs now. I should stop at the hooves. Let me do the hooves something different. I think I will. I think I'm going to make the hooves be real. As in, like, real, like this miniature's a real thing or something. Yep, that's good, Baron. Okay. Another thing I think I might do in the future is if I ever paint a lot of bronze, I might actually just paint the thing prime it in white or something, because the gray is hard to get the bronze. Like I said, it's Army Painter bronze from an ancient time. I bet if I bought even other newer bronze, I bet it'd be better. Are you going to back Zombie Side White Death? I think I'm passing on it since Stalker and the new Nemesis look interesting to me. I am also passing on that. I've never really... Okay, I can't say I'm not a Zombie Side fan because I've never played a Zombie Side, which is something that blows everybody's mind. I have never actually played Zombie Side. I probably should because it's almost right up my alley pretty much. But for some reason, I just have never gotten that to the table. Even Colin has some of it, and I still even haven't borrowed from him to play it. I should. Kate, how's it going? It's going well. Thank you so much for joining. We are attempting to paint up the labyrinthosaurus yet again for the second time, because the first time I did it, I was not pleased with how it turned out. So we're working on it a second time, and I'm a lot happier this time. Here's what he looks like so far. We've got some metal on him. What I'm more excited about is the fact that the tentacles actually are coming out at least somewhat decent this time, as opposed to last time everything was kind of looked like this big giant bronze mush. Blech. So we'll see how it goes. I also got new paintbrushes. I'm trying out some new paintbrushes. I just got a new set of paintbrushes from a Kickstarter I backed called the Wolf Bristle Brushes. We're trying those out tonight. And so we're going to use those for quite a while and then eventually figure out if I like them or not. That's the deal. That's a complicated looking big boy. Yeah, exactly. And this time it's going to get better, I think. I actually reprimed him, and I almost never ever do that in my life. Well, I usually have the theory of paint on, move on. That's usually what I do. Well, Zombie Side's pretty fun. I used to have a copy of Prison Break. I sold it since I like Cthulhu Death May Die more. Zombie Sides is worth playing, though. Yeah, that's the deal. I know I really need to play it because I'm sure I'd really enjoy it, but I'm not sure if I'd ever need to buy it. So I'm glad Colin has it. And that's the deal there. Also, we're trying out a new camera. It's the painting camera, where the jury is still out on this. This isn't what it's going to be used for normally. Normally, I'm not going to use it as a painting camera. I'm just really pushing it to its limits tonight to see what it can do. This is it fully zoomed in. My goal is to use it as my overhead camera. It's going to replace this camera that I use in my overhead shots for my for our live plays. I'm hoping what it can do is zoom in closer on the board. I was super disappointed with the way that my ISS Vanguard, the book, like kind of almost disappeared out of sight. Like when we were trying to zoom in on it, all of a sudden you couldn't read anything. It was just a bunch of gobbledygook. I was not happy about that. So I'm hoping that this will be better. That's the plan. That's me. A little dark, but I do think it's a nice camera. We'll see how it goes here. Thank you. Well, the camera looks great. Thank you. I'm glad it does. Glad it does. It also gets to be in 4K too at some point. I'm not sure if it's in 4K right now. I have to mess. Like I said, this is straight out of the box stuff. I got it today. I hooked it up. I plugged it into my computer at 8:30 and got it up and running by 9 o'clock. But I didn't really even do anything with it because it's not the only thing I had to get up and running. Every time I do a stream, I got to make sure everything's working before I hit the go button. Otherwise, I get mass chaos for half the stock. And then there's sadness, and there's defeat, and then we come back, and then everything's fine. So it did take me a little while to get. I just really just plugged this into my computer and said, go. I said, go, gadget camera. And then I went. It did not come with a helicopter. That would have been really sweet. Go, gadget copter. Now I got a smaller brush, so now I'm actually getting right up close to some of this, find the other stuff we were working on. That's the deal here. And I'm planning to do a big, heavy, what do you call it, wash on this, because I really think that was the other thing, is I don't think I washed it well enough to really make the metal look, I want to make it kind of look duller more than anything else. So I'm thinking I'll probably just use a brown wash on it and see how it goes. And now I know I painted a little bit more than I should have down here on the green. Oh no, it's the other side. Other side. This side's good. We're just gonna keep on going. Keep on going. It's interesting because when you look at the pictures, just at least the first two monsters, like the, what do you call it, the one with all the hands, the Hecaton, and then this one, they really don't have that much diversity in color and stuff. And think that's an interesting way the game is built. It's not there's not a lot of like spring happy color in it like Madara. Madara is like very colorful game. Lots of color in that game. Where this one seems to be very chill in its color, which is fine. Which is fine. It will be Agrax Earthshade time. That is exactly right. One of the greatest colors of all time is what's eventually going to happen. First, you got to go with bronze on it first. Then we're going to Agrax Earthshade the vanillas out of it. That's going to be the plan. You're right down there. Does look nice and shiny. It's a shiny little monster. I want to start being careful not to hit the purple parts of this. Good news, I can touch the green because it's painted already. Right on there, and then we're going to paint it right on the top of this part. Oh, fail. Epic fail. Dang it. That's okay, I got a plan. I can fix that. Okay. Need more. Need more. No. I feel like I remember the Cthulhu butt. You painted this before. Cthulhu butt. You painted this before. I did. I did attempt to paint this before. I did not like it. So I reprimed it and we're doing it again. Like I said, I almost never do that though. So this is like almost once in a lifetime you're seeing right here. But this was one of the things, this monster was holding me back from playing the game. That is also a pain in the butt to set up. But with the new insert from Fancy But Functional, it gets to the table super good. It really does. It really does. His inserts help a lot. I know I just did a video on it, and I know he sent me it, so it was really nice of him to do that. But it is a really good insert. It does help me get this game to the table. And that's one of the things. And it also helps me really get Madara to the table, too. That was the other game I was really excited to get back to, and I'm glad we got some painting sessions done on that, because then we got back to that game, too. I got the next video is going to come out for that, but I've got so many things coming. I want to get the Star Trek Alliance game done, and I want to get the League of Dungeoneers done. And both of those will also be on the One Stop Co-op Shop. You'll see them on there, too, if you know that channel. I do work with them. I'm affiliated with them as well. So some of the stuff that I do, I put on that channel, especially if they don't have the game on there already. That's when I'll try to drop videos on there for them as well. Usually they drop simultaneously when they drop on my channel. Those guys are awesome. I'm trying to get around all the parts here. Like I said, I'm going to probably keep these hooves, and I'm going to paint them something as well. I know it's hard to see some of that as I'm doing it. I've stripped and repainted a couple models, but because of the lacquer, the liqueur didn't work, and the models got super shiny. It was a drag. I use a different lacquer now. Yes, I've tried that myself. It usually ended in sadness and pain. So I don't really do that anymore. Like I usually run by the rule of thumb: paint on, move on, is my goal. Once I get a paint on a model, I like to move on to the next model. But there's always so much to paint. And if I just keep going back and second guessing myself, I would never get going forward. But this model in particular, I was just so not happy with. I think what we're doing now is going to be a lot better. I think he's turning out a lot better. I really like the direction he's going. He's kind of going forward, I guess you could say. Okay, that was a really bad joke. Really bad joke. Yeah, repainting is a crummy feeling. Matthew, it sure is. It almost feels like, oh, I wasted so much time painting it the first time. But then, you also learned the first time, too. Hopefully you learned what not to do. And technically, I don't really need to get everywhere at this, so I need to get at least enough on there. What is that? Oh, that's part of the... That looks like it's part of the tentacle coming off here. We may have missed some of the stuff back here. Oh boy, I think I did. We're going to do some oopsie paint on that later. Here we go. Yes, Matthew, brilliant joke. Nick, I'm glad you loved it. I'm glad you liked it. And yes, we do learn a lot more from our failures than our successes. This is true. Like I learned the other day. I probably mentioned it in my D&D group. I had placed in front of them something that it would have been absolutely amazing to do, and I didn't even do it. I did something completely different, and after looking back on it, it was probably the worst decision I've had playing being a dungeon master in a while. It was super stupid. That's the deal. It's kind of annoying, actually. I wish we learned more. I wish we learned more from our successes. Oh, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. I can't believe there's so much more back here I missed. All right, we're going to have to deal with that. Yuck. Need more bronze. Oh my gosh, we're going through so much bronze on this guy. Okay, keep on going here. I'm hoping to get this all done tonight. We'll see if we can get there. That's my plan. If it comes to fruition. I got this problem last time too. I did this guy. I ran out of time was the other issue. Go back here again. Yep, we're just going to go bronze on that, bronze on that. There we go. Keep on going. You can do it. I believe. Thank you, Matthew. All the way down to the, what do you call it? Hoof. All the way down to the hoof. I want to keep the hoof. Another thing is I want to make sure I'm not touching the metal. You could use those things that you can hold models on and paint around them with. I don't like that. I like to actually physically hold my model as I'm painting it. Probably another one of my not so brilliant plans. And I want to make sure not to touch the metal, even if it's dry, because it would still probably come off on my hand. And then if I grab another part of this miniature, the bronze will be there. Part of the tough part about using a metal this much on a miniature. Metal on a miniature, that was a lot of fun to say. There we go. Again, we're getting a lot of bronze on there. It's looking okay. Take it down here on this one now. All the way down to, where's the hoof start? Right there. I think at the base, but that's okay. We do have our oopsie paint we'll probably have to use later, but that's okay. We'll get to it in a second. Now here we're going to try something. This will be interesting. I want to paint the inside of this leg. So I actually have to physically come under the model to do it. And I have to paint almost completely by feel because I can't see into there. At least all too well. They don't have a light in there. I think we're okay. There we go. I think we got it. And nobody's ever going to see that anyway, especially on a table. But I'll know it's not painted. That's all that matters. Okay. We're getting close here. Closer every day. Let's see. Can't really get to that. There's I was like this. I wish I could have. So I just got these things from Dungeons and Lasers, right? We believe in you. Thank you, Kate. I'm working away. We'll get this done from Dungeons and Lasers. I don't know if you know this company, but it's very similar to kind of it's a lot of miniature stuff for like role playing games when it comes to tabletop role playing, like being able to build out places, and it has some like extra scenery and stuff to do. But when you do it, it is all very similar to Shadows of Brimstone, where you have to build it all, right? And so I've been building it. Actually, I got some right here. It's actually kind of cool. I've been building it, and I kind of looking at it, going like, "Oh, it's so much easier to like." As I can see it, like, so this is like these are huge. These are absolutely. It actually comes from this, what they call the land of the giants, right? So it's like these huge giant things. But it was kind of this, some of the smaller stuff. I'm like, oh, so like I keep parts of it off them, so it's easier for me to paint. Like, oh, this one. This one's really cool. It's actually a neat little like place where people can actually their miniatures can actually go up on and just kind of stand there. It's kind of a neat little thing. Well, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool thing. Anyway. That was my, I guess, show and tell for today of Dungeons and Lasers. Also not getting any affiliation from them at all either. I just like stuff and like tell you about it. That's the deal. Gotta get all of this off. Okay, now we're gonna go back to stuff because we gotta get this done. That's the deal. Gotta get this done. Let's see how we do. All right, keep on going here. There is a time. There should be you're right. There should be a time when you stop calling them miniatures. That is for sure. You could start calling them bigatures or giantatures or something. Okay. Now, if I'm looking at this just from the table, I've got all the silver, gold, the bronze all on it, and everything's bronze. There's some underneath it. I can get underneath it. We got to do the head. Once we get the head done, we're going to be done with the bronze. And that'll be good. But under here, I can still see under here. I want to get that painted. Okay. Now, here we have a small little piece right here. We got to get that. That's the deal. Right here. And be super careful. I don't want to go out of the lines of this. Maybe right here. And this is where I really try to rest my hand on two different things. So I got my arm supported right here on the desk. This one's supported on the desk as well. Then also on the miniature and on my thumb. Everything is super supported so I can be really, as they would say, laser focused. Okay. Now we got to get up in here. This is again where I kind of lose track of where the bronze stops and the other stuff takes over. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do it this way. Flip this over here. Get the bronze on the forehead. There's bronze here. There we go. Bronze here. All the way down to the antler. Does that look like bronze or does that look like hair? That kind of looks like hair. I'm going to paint it with hair color. But this is all going to be bronze right through here. Even up to that thing growing out. I think it's going to grow right out of the bronze. Let's look at the back side. Okay, yeah, I'm going to hit this right here. See how I do. Now I'm going to have that go all the way up to the bronze there. That'll be kind of cool. Okay. Whew. Know what's going on over here? Oh, I don't know what's going on over here. This is kind of where it all breaks apart, is like in this area here. It's like I feel like bronze there, that's bronze there, right? And a bronze eyelash. But then the rest of that doesn't look like it's going to be that bronze. And it looks like that's going to be more of the new stuff. Which is fine. We'll work with it. Because then I can work on that while the bronze is drying. Then we can come back and do the Agrax Earthshade all over this stuff. Okay, that's good. Now we got to do some oopsie paints and work on those parts that are actually part of the other part, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's see. I mean, first, this is my oopsie paint. It's called Gracier Gray. This is my oopsie paint. I shake it up a little bit. The reason it's called oopsie paint is because it's the same color as the primer. Most very, 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 very similar. I don't use Gray Sear is normally the primer you would use on the Games Workshop or GW miniatures out of the can. I don't have a can of it near me, but I got the Xandis Dust. But it would be Gray Sear. Gray is the same color. So that's why if you ever made a mistake, you can just paint the Gray Sear over it, and then you can paint contrast back on top of it. But I don't use that. I use an airbrush to prime. And where did I put my boy is over here? There it is. Oh my gosh, as far as it can possibly be. And why not be as far as it possibly be? Normally I use this. This is well, let's just look at it. It's this stuff. Something gray. Ghost gray is what it is. And I can put that through my airbrush, and it actually works pretty well. We got to do this oopsie paint stuff because back here is where we discovered that this stuff is no longer bronze back here. We're going to paint over it with my oopsie paint, then we'll go over it with my regular stuff. A little bit on here. Now that's actually going to take a little time to dry though. There we go. We're going to come back to this bottom part again with some of that purple. I might not be as like hardcore into making like 3 different things going on, like the purple and the thing, and I need to bright red on top of that. I'm just might do the purple through here and call it a day, which is probably what I'm about to do. I'm just going to take the purple and go right through it. Whereas here it is, the Megas purple, which is actually a really good purple. I really like this purple. We're just going to do that. I don't know if I'll come back and dry brush it. I think it'll kind of blend in just fine. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have to at least do the other Agrax over it or whatever. Or it's the other red that I used over it at least. There you go. And I also want to try to get this here. Okay. A little more. But I want to try to get wherever there's gray, which would be right here. There we go. And then that's going to be about it. Perfect. Now we need to good. Yeah, I'm going to paint that. I'm going to paint that. We're just going to use give me blah. What do we got here? I don't even care. Anything that's brown. Gilliman flesh. Perfect. Gilliman flesh. That's going to be the hair color. Here we go. There we go. Good enough. Gilliman's flesh. All right. That's awesome. Steve, greetings. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about you at my house the other day. I was telling my wife about how your group threw people out the window to get them away from a dragon that did not go well for them. She laughed about that a little bit. And then she was like, "Oh, that's no good." Poor people. Yeah, and of course I'm not digging that color I picked. Of course, that's what happens. Ugh, ugh. Get that color off of there. Or let's try a different one. Let's go to the. I would snakebite leather, but I really want it. Where is it? There it is, right here. That's the deal. Snakebite leather on the back. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that part's done. Now what we can do is we're gonna wash all this with Agrax Earthshade. So let's get that going. Where's my Agrax Earthshade? I'm gonna use almost the whole bottle on this thing. All right, here we go. That's the deal. Yeah, our party tried to save children from a dragon by throwing them out a window 20 feet above the ground. Yeah, that was the part I was talking about. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I told them about that. That was pretty awesome. I'm just gonna keep that same brush. That's a good one. All right, so we want to just sop this thing. Because that was the other thing I wasn't too fan of. It was still bronzy and that was fine, but I really want to get deeps. I want these really to. I don't even mind if it pools. Tell you the truth. Okay. Not too many colors hanging out. They're all destined to spill. That's the deal. All destined to spill. There we go. Okay. Here's the deal. I have your raising a hand. I got a question about your definition of saving. Yeah, apparently saving and throwing out 20-foot windows. But I think the concept of the amount of drop was not exactly fully thought about before the saving occurred. I think that was part of the deal. That's pretty awesome. Saving. That's pretty good. What really got me was that I had this look on my face of, you've got to be kidding me. I just bet they didn't realize how far 20 feet was. I swear that must be what they were thinking as they're tossing people out a window. Oh, I got an idea. We'll toss them out the window. That'd be good. Yeah, do that. That'd be great. What? That's pretty funny. These kids had 4 hit points each. They were kids too. That's the best part. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Oh my gosh. The other interesting part is, I think it's kind of funny that like every group I play with, like, okay, so there's like this person's like for example, last time we had this. Oh, there's a pixie tied to a tree. Oh, okay, I think we need to save her. And they save her like, well, I don't know. We trust this person. It's like, they never trust any person you put in front of them. It's not like I've ever wronged them before, but it's like, oh, I don't think I trust this person. Really? What has this person ever done to not have you trust them? That's my favorite. Don't trust them. What would make you trust them? What would make you trust? Oh my gosh, so much better. So much better. Move this thing out of the way. I just like that so much darker. I love that. I like it even if it pools in places. There's so many of these like really nick and crannies in this thing that I really want those to be highlighted by this deep recessed shade. I'm really going with. My wife is on spring break this week. We got to do some fun things already. We got to go to our state capitol. I haven't been there since I was in elementary school, and it was really fun. She knows a member of the House of Representatives. It's a school teacher she knows. So it was really cool. We got to meet her and walk around inside our state capitol, and she took us into when the House was before the House had session, and we got to go like up to where the Speaker of the House stands and hits his gavel, or she hits his gavel, to kind of keep people in line and quiet and stuff. And it was really cool. We got pictures up there, so we got some probably some new Christmas cards, photos, which is pretty cool. Really neat thing to do. The kids got to go, so they got to. My son is in American history right now, so it actually worked out perfectly. Well, the one doing the rescuing is a barbarian that has an intelligence score of 6. She saw a closed window. She tossed one kid through the window, so it was now open for the other kids she was throwing. See? So she had a good plan. She had a plan. It wasn't exactly the greatest. Yeah, it was not a good plan, actually, I think. But that's pretty awesome. It's amazing how that all falls together and falls apart all at the same time. But this is looking so much better now. I like this. I even think I might go over it again with another wash after this one dries. Deal. That she did. She had a plan. See? Everybody's got to have a good... It's all about the plan. Keep on going. I get this done. We might get this done. I think I can. I feel like the little engine that could here. Or maybe the little engine that could not. We'll see how it all transpires here. Use the term falling apart, since that was exactly what happened to the those poor kids. Oh, those poor kids. That's those poor kids. Falling apart. What did the dragon even have the kids for? Like, haha, I got your kids. Give me gold. Snacks. Ha ha ha, Kate, that's awesome. Snacks. Snacks. Almost. It's looking a lot better than it did last time. Actually, enjoy this model this time. I'm trying to get underneath it now, which is tough. Not gonna be a very good shot, sorry. Was holding them hostage for the night hag that took them. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, multiple things going on there all at once. Out of control. I'm actually going to put some on the inside of this mouth here, too. Why not? Right down the side here and in that mouth. There you go. Okay, I think we got it. Look at this. Way more excited about this model this time. Any part I missed on the top? A little bit right here because I think this is going to be gray if I don't put like really dark there. There you go. No, I think that's pretty good. I'm actually going to put a little bit on this thing here. Let me make that stand out as well. Okay. Okay. I think I'm liking it. Digging it. Okay. I'm digging it so far. I like the fact that it's really dulled down now, not as shiny. I like that a lot. Let me get another set of coat through the parts here. Excellent. Okay, now you get the hooves and the back. I'm going to do the hooves first, and we're just going to use that skeletal bone again. It's one of my favorites for like doing, oh, that's not it. Where did I put it? Oh, that's not it. I probably covered both of those before I spill them all over the place. That's the deal. At the top of the list, to no surprise, child labor issues. Yes, this is true. There's one of the best things about being a DM is seeing what wild solutions players come up with. This is exactly right. That is the best part. And the best part about, I like it from both aspects. I like being the player that all of a sudden has something thrown at him and be like, what do I do? And then having to think of some crazy thing to get out of it. And again, also from the DM's point of view where it's, okay, I'm going to put this in front of them and see what they do. That wasn't any of the 10 choices I thought they were going to do. And then all of a sudden you're just like, okay, then this is what happens. And I actually think that's one of the hardest part about being a DM is thinking on your feet in those situations where your players just do something completely bonkers, out of control, that had nothing to plan, that you had no plan for. And I try to do the best I can at that. That's my only thing. I try to do the best I can at that situation, but sometimes it doesn't. You're just like stuck. One time, my friend went to my group went to a completely different location. That was the hometown of the gnome that we had in our party. And I turned to him and said, "You know the town better than I do. Where's someplace that they could go to have this happen?" Because I had no idea. I didn't even think they would go there. So I had him tell me a little bit about his town. And then they followed him around because I didn't have a place. I didn't know what they were going to do. And then that's when you have what's called a back pocket. I always have something in my back pocket that if they go someplace I didn't expect, I can kind of incorporate it into it. Like this one, I had a murder mystery in my back pocket. And so they found the town that had that, and they had a murder mystery to solve. And it worked. So by next time we got together, I had everything all set to go from where we were going to go. Okay. So remember we did purple up here. But we didn't really blend it in with anything. So I've got to do a little bit of wash on that. But before we do that, I want to paint this bottom part with the same purple. Because that purple we found. And then on top of that, there's another couple of things I want to do. And I'm not going to get to the base tonight. And that's just fine. We'll get to the base next time. Or maybe I'll just paint on my own. But I do want to get this purple painted into here. And I closed it for some reason. I don't know why I closed the thing until I'm done with it. There we go. There, boom. I'm not sure if that was fully done yet, but that's okay. We'll see what happens here. Guess what players didn't do? Sit down on the mimic chairs or eat the poisoned food. That's right. As players, we once came across a bunch of shocking lizards. In a tunnel, we then found the boss's secret room door they were in. We went back for the lizards, tossed them, and shut the door! Oh, that's pretty awesome. Follow me, lizards. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Whoosh! That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. See ingenuity like that. And you always got to celebrate that kind of ingenuity. That's for sure. That's amazing. Oh, that's good. Where's my Reichland flesh shade? Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close. Some Reichland flesh shade on this one. I think we're going to call it a day because that back part's not going to dry before we get done here. Got some Reichland flesh shade on here. We're going to get that part over here that we painted. I also got the horn that I didn't want to, but that's okay. A little bit. There we go. Okay. Now I kind of blended it a little bit. There. Okay. We're gonna be okay. Now the back part I can't do because it's super wet with that purple I just painted on there. And actually, I think I might just keep it like that. I think it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be just fine like that. Might put a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna try. Okay, it's gonna be bad news. I'm not gonna do this. This is a bad idea. I just want to hit right here. There we go. Okay. Let's mix in with that purple a little bit. That's not too bad. Okay. That's done. Okay, now what do we got to do? We got one more thing I wanted to do, and that was I wanted to hit these with a really, really bright red, but I want it to be super almost nothing on the brush. That's the plan. So we're going to put a little bit of red on there. I'm going to take the smallest brush I have, or one of them I should say, that I don't care about. So this one's real small, fine point, and I don't care about this one. So I'm going to kind of use as a kind of a little bit of a dry brush, but not quite. So I'm going to get all that red off it, and I just want a little teeny streaks of it. I just want to take it across the tentacle here. Just on that, okay. Now, sadly, the purple I think is a little bit too powerful. That's actually red. That's not good. I think that'll look kind of cool. That's kind of the cool thing about like organic stuff like this is you can't really go super wrong with it. Yeah, let's see if we can get these. A little more red. I almost want to make it keep the red and just kind of stay out. Just touch the top. I want to touch the tops of it. Again, let's just red. There. Okay, so now we kind of got some red on the tentacle as well. That'll make it kind of stand out a little bit. I think that'll be good. Yeah. And I think we're going to be pretty close to done with this guy. And I like him a lot better than I did the first go around. Oh, wait. Wait. I forgot about his tongue. There we go. Okay. Now he's, I would say the model itself is done. I have to just do the base now, which, like I said, I'll paint that on my own. I might just like do an Agrax Earth shade over the entire thing, paint up the columns with like some, I might just dry brush some white on them and hit them with a Melon oil. Just nothing to make the eye stray too far from the model. I might actually put in some moss and stuff that I have. I have some moss. Where did I put the moss? I don't have any Randys, but I got a moss. It's a football joke. Yeah, here's the moss. So you actually have moss. So I might actually put a little bit of moss and grass around this thing. We'll see. Make it look a little bit like trees, maybe. Who knows? All right. So there we go. Done. Woo! We did it. We did it. 2 hours. We're done. Woof. That guy's pretty cool. Oh no, I see something I missed? Of course you do. You always see something you miss, right? That's how it always goes. Nope, I'm good. Done. Not touching it. Here's our miniature. We are done. So here we go. Got them all kind of painted up. Like I said, it's a little dark. I apologize. He's got some that bronze going on. He's got the tentacles going on in the back. He's got some green on the top. I love it. I think I'm liking that guy. Now I got to get him to the table. Now I got to play the game. That's the deal. So that's half the battle. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you, Matthew. Oh, yes, we are done. Oh, thank you so much for watching tonight. Lots of stuff coming up. I got Star Trek coming up. I've got League of Dungeoneers coming. Both those games, of course, will also be shown in the One Stop Co-op Shop. I want to drop back into Madara a little bit. Colin and I are going to be starting Oathsworn again on Monday. I should be continuing Oathsworn on Monday. I got my Arc Reactor keeping me alive tonight, which is fantastic. It's one of my old HeroClix shirts. I used to play a lot of HeroClix. So there you go. I'm glad everybody was here. I'm glad everybody had a good time. Thank you, Kate. Good to see everybody. It was awesome to see everybody. It's always a fun time to do these painting streams. Because I get to see everybody and we all get to interact and have a wonderful time. So that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. If you're excited to see anything else, or more painting, more live stuff, more anything, then of course I need you to meet me at the table. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much.